Hello aspirants, welcome back to our channel FoodTech Online. Hope you all are doing great. So this video is for all those aspirants who are preparing for their masters in the subject of food science and technology, and they're preparing for their entrance examination to get good college. So let us proceed. So question number 1, freeze burn is a defect which generally occurs in frozen foods due to, so options are rehydration, osmosis, thermal conductivity or rehydration. So over here my correct option is D, that is dehydration. So what happens when frozen foods, these are stored improperly for extended periods of time. So what happens, the moisture which is present in the food, this can lead to the sublimation directly from ice to vapor, leading to the dehydration of the food products. Even this dehydration, it results in the dryness of the food products or discolored patches on the surface of the food products, and this discolored patches or dryness, these are known as freeze burn. So over here my correct option is D, that is dehydration. So question number 2, color Haasap is a management tool. Okay, over here Haasap it stands for hazard analysis and critical control point. So it's a management tool used in the food processing operations to control which one of the following. So my options are plant sanitation issues, good quality issues, food quality issues, food safety issues and food analysis issues. So over here my correct option is C, that is food safety issues. Actually it specially focuses on the identification or controlling potential hazards which are related to color activities which are used in the food processing areas, which ensures that they are safe for consumption and they comply with the regulatory standards. So over here my correct option is C, that it basically these are used to control safety issues. Question number 3, brewer's yeast contain approximately dash percent of proteins on dry weight basis. So over here my correct option will be 40, that is brewer's yeast, it contains approximately 40% of proteins on dry weight basis. Next, question number 4. The Malard reaction is nutritionally significant largely because of its effect on which amino acids? So options are asparagine, leucine, lysine and alanine. So over here my correct option will be A, that is arginine. So we know that in Malard reaction, asparagine, it reacts with the reducing sugars, which leads to the formation of acrylamide, and we know this acrylamide, it has a potential carcinogens. So over here my correct option is A, that is asparagine. So question number 5, what is the full form of PDCA? So options are Plan Do Check Act, Proceed Do Check Act, Proceed Do Correct Act, or number D, that is Plan Do Correct Act. So over here my correct option is A, that is Plan Do Check Act. So this PDA cycle, it is also known as Deming cycles or Plan Do Check Act cycle. So it is a 4-step management method which are used for the continuous improvement of the process, products or the services. So over here my correct option is A, that is PDCA cycle, and it is also known as Deming cycle. So I'll write over here Deming cycle. Next question. Next, question number 6. Sugars that possess free aldehyde and ketone groups, these are known as, options are cellulose, non-reducing sugars, reducing sugars or sucrose. So over here my correct option will be option number C, that is reducing sugar. So sugars that possess free aldehyde and ketone groups, these are known as reducing sugars. These sugars, they have the ability to reduce other substances, as these substances like the metal ions, due to the presence of these free aldehydes or ketones in their functional groups. So examples can be glucose, fructose, maltose, lactose, whereas sucrose, it is a non-reducing sugar because it do not have free aldehyde or ketone group. So over here my correct option is C, that is reducing sugar. Next, question number 7. Why is the Malard reaction faster in potato chips rather than boiled potatoes? So options are lower temperature, lower oil, high temperature, higher oil. So over here my correct option is C, that is high temperature. So the Malard reaction is faster in potato chips rather than boiled potatoes. It is due to high temperature, because we know that during the when the potato chips, these are fried, they are exposed to much higher temperatures rather than when they are boiled. So over here my correct option will be C, that is higher temperature. Next, question number 8. The D value for Staphylococcus would be higher in. So options are whole milk, whey, skim milk and cream. So over here my correct option will be D, that is cream. So D value means, first D value means it would be more heat resistant, and over here in the milk product, when it will be more heat resistant, when it has higher fat content, and among the following options which has the higher fat content, that is option number D, that is cream has higher fat content. And we know this fat actually it acts as a protective barrier, means it insulates microorganisms from heat and making them more resistant to thermal treatment. That's why over here my correct option will be D, that is cream. Okay, next question number 9. The food processing operations which uses a retort is, so options are irradiating, canning, dehydrating, homogenizing. So over here my correct option will be B, that is canning. So we know a retort actually it is a pressure vessel which that are used in a canning process to heat food in a sealed containers to sterilize them actually, which can lead to their extended shelf lives. So this process actually it destroys the harmful microorganisms, enzymes, and they ensures the safety and preservations of the food products. That is why the food processing operations which uses a retort, it is mostly done in the process of canning. That is option number B is my correct option. Question number 10. Water activity of a food product can be reduced by adding. So options are humectants, preservatives like sulfur dioxides, antioxidants, or D, that is desiccants. So over here my correct option will be option number D, that is desiccant. So we know that these desiccants are the substances that absorbs the moisture from the surroundings. So when by adding a desiccant to a food product, what happens? It will absorb the amount of free water which is present in that food product, and thus it will lower the amount. It will lower its water activity. That's why over here my correct option will be D, that is desiccant. But what is humectant? So humectants actually these are the substances which are added to the food products just to retain the moisture and prevent the food product from drying out. Whereas preservatives like sulfur dioxides, so these are the preservatives which are added typically to inhibit the microorganisms which are present in the food products or which may spoil the food products. And antioxidants, we know that antioxidants these are the substances which are added to food product to prevent the oxidation process, which can lead to the rancidity of the food product or its deterioration or the flavor changes. So over here the water activity of a food product which can be reduced by adding the desiccant. So desiccant will be my correct option over here. Question number 11. Sugar alcohols are used as sweeteners because they are antipyrogenic, anti-carcinogenic, anti-diabetic or anti-carcinogenic. So over here my correct option is C, that is anti-diabetics. So we know that the sugar alcohols these are poorly absorbed into our bloodstream from the small intestine, and this is the reason due to which it causes only small change in our blood sugar. And this property of sugar alcohol it makes it a popular choice for the sugar free or reduced sugar products like for the oral care, or it can be a diabetic friendly products, food products. So over here my correct option will be C, that is anti-diabetic. So question number 12. So algal proteins it contains all essential amino acid but low in. So options are arginine, valine, methionine or tyrosine. So over here my correct option will be C, that is methionine. We know that methionine it is an essential amino acid and it plays an important role in the protein synthesis or its metabolism. So while this algal protein it may contain sufficient amount of all the essential amino acids, for example arginine, valine or the tyrosine, but it is deficient in the methionine as compared to other animal based food products. So over here my correct option will be option number C, that is methionine. Question number 13. Systematic, independent, documented process for obtaining evidences and evaluation is known as. So options are audit, recall, accreditation or verification. So over here my correct option will be D, that is verification. We know that verifications actually it involves the assurance that the requirements have been met or not. It includes other activities like reviewing the documents, conducting interviews, performing inspections of the tests to confirm or that it has compliance with the standards, regulations or its specification. That's why over here correct option will be D, that is verification. Next. Next, question number 14. Calcium pectates are, so options are water insoluble, fat insoluble, water soluble, or fat insoluble. Sorry, fat soluble. So over here, my correct option will be option number A, that is water insoluble. We know that these pectates are derived from pectins, and pectins, it is a complex polysaccharide which is found in the cell wall of the plants. And when the calcium ion it binds with this pectin, what happens, they form calcium pectates, and which is water insoluble. So these are often used in the food processing industries for the gel formations or other various food products processings. So over here my correct option is A, that is water insoluble. Next question number 15. Which best explains why olive oil it remains liquid and coconut oil is solid at refrigerated temperature? They are asking over here about the refrigerated temperatures. So options are olive oil it contains saturated fats, coconut oil contains unsaturated fats, coconut oil it contains trans fat, or olive oil it contains unsaturated fats. So over here my correct option will be D, that is olive oil it contains unsaturated fats. So the reason why coconut oil is solid at refrigerated temperature while the olive oil it is liquid at the refrigerated temperature, it is due to their difference in the fatty acid composition. So coconut oil it is predominantly composed of saturated fats, that means which tends to solidify it at lower temperature, while the olive oil it has higher unsaturated fatty acid composition, that is why it is uh, liquid at the room temperature. So over here correct option will be D, that is olive oil it contains unsaturated fats. So question number 16. Which of the following is non-enzymatic browning that occurs during a complex series of reaction between amino acids and carbohydrates? So options are dextrinization, caramelization, Tyndall reaction, or Malard reaction. So over here my correct option is number D, that is Malard reaction. Oh, okay. My correct option is D, that is Malard reaction. Okay. So what is Malard reaction? Malard reaction, it is a chemical reaction between reducing sugars, for example, glucose and fructose, or the amino acids, that occurs at an elevated temperature. So remember this point, that occurs at an elevated temperature, that is during the cooking or the food processing. So this reaction it leads to the brown pigment which imparts characteristic flavors, aromas to the food products. So over here my correct option is D, that is Malard reaction. Question number 17. Low methoxy pectin gel in the presence of, so options are potassium ions, sodium ions, calcium ions, chloride ions. So over here correct option is C, that is calcium ions. So this low methoxy pectins, actually these are the type of the pectins that has been partially demethylated, okay, we can say. So these pectins they require the presence of divalent cations. So I'll write over here that they require the divalent cations for the gel formation, the gel network. So when these calcium ions they interact with this low methoxy pectins, what happens, the cross linking between the pectin molecule will form, and which will lead to the formation of the gel network. And even this has another name, it has a common name, that is known as inotropic gelation. So it's commonly known as, I'll write over here, inotropic gelation. Okay, so that's why over here my correct option will be C, that is calcium ions. So question number 18. Which antioxidant is used to minimize the rancidity during packaging of meat? So options are ascorbic acid, BHA, TBA, or chlorine. So over here my correct option will be option number B, that is BHA. Sorry, over here my correct option will be B, that is BHA. What's happening like this? So my correct option is B, that is BHA, and it stands for butylated hydroxyanisole. Okay, so you should remember the full form also. So BHA, it stands for butylated hydroxyanisole, and actually it is a synthetic antioxidant that is effective in preventing the lipid oxidation, which is a major cause for the rancidity in the meat or other free fatty acids, fatty acid food products. So over here my correct option will be B, that is BHA. So question number 19. The common name for sodium bicarbonate used in cooking is, so options are baking powder, baking soda, cream of tartar, alum. So over here my correct option will be option number B, that is baking soda. So this question we are studying since our class 9 standard. Okay. So this baking soda, these are all, this has a common name, that is sodium bicarbonate. Okay. So it is actually a good leavening agent which is used for the baking purposes. Actually it reacts with the acids which is present in the batter or the dough, and it releases the gas, that is which gas? It's carbon dioxide gas, and which helps to make the baked food products a good rise, and it becomes lighter and fluffy. So over here my correct option is B, that is baking soda. Question number 20. During dough formation, following results, so options are concentration of sulfide, disulfide becomes more. Question number option B, that is over here when U is missing, that is disulfide bond cleaves to sulfhydryl bond cleaves to disulfide bond, or concentration of sulfhydryl becomes less. So over here correct option will be B, that is disulfide bond, it cleaves to sulfhydryl bonds. So we know that when a dough is mixed or kneaded, what happens? Mechanical energy is applied to the gluten protein which is present in our flour. So this mechanical energy actually it causes the breaking of the disulfide bonds within the gluten proteins. So as a result, this sulfhydryl groups, that is the SH groups, it becomes more very available, and then they form new disulfide linkage or bonds with other sulfhydryl bonds, which leads to the formation of the gluten network, and this process it continues. So that's why a gluten network has been formed. Over here my option, that is disulfide bond, it cleaves to the sulfhydryl bond. This statement is correct. Next, question number 21. In deep freezers, the walls absorb heat from food materials by, so options are dash, and keep them cool. So options are radiation, conduction, adsorption, and convection. So over here my correct option will be B, that is conduction. So we know conduction method, actually it is a transfer of heat through a material without in the movement of the material itself. So in deep freezers what happens, they are typically made up of thermal conductive materials like metals or plastics, and when the walls they come in contact with the former food products which is kept inside the freezer, so the transfer of heat from the food products through the conduction method to the walls of the freezer, and this is through the conduction method, and now this walls they dissipates its heat to the surrounding environment, which helps to maintain the temperature inside the freezer and the food material cool. Okay, that's why the method, that is conduction method, is used. Option number B is my correct. Question number 22. Purplish red color of meat is due to, so options are myoglobin, nitric oxide myoglobin, met myoglobin, or oxymyoglobin. So over here my correct option will be A, that is myoglobin. We know that myoglobin is a protein and it is found in the muscle tissues, and it contains heme with the iron ions. So when this meat it is freshly cut, what happens? It reduces to form Fe2 plus, so it gives a purplish color. Now with time what happens when it is exposed to this, when this myoglobin actually it is get exposed to the oxygen, what happens? It undergoes oxidation, and when it undergoes oxidation it forms metmyoglobin, that is Fe3 plus, and it gives the meat a color of brown color. That's why with time what happens, the meat it changes its color from purplish red to the brownish red. Over here my correct option will be A, that is myoglobin. Next, question number 23. So Which of the following is classified as antioxidants? So options are acetic acid, ascorbic acid, benzoic acid, or butyric acid. So over here correct option is B, that is ascorbic acid. So we know ascorbic acid, it is an antioxidant. Question number 24. Why sodium nitrate is added to cured meats such as bacons? Options are to preserve flavor, to preserve taste, to preserve texture, or to preserve the color. So correct option over here is D, that is to preserve the color. We know that when sodium nitrate it is added to the cured meat, what happens? It reacts with the myoglobin which is present in the meat, and just now we have seen that the myoglobin, these are present in the meat. Now what happens? It forms nitric oxide myoglobin, now which gives the cured meat a characteristic pinkish color. Even this pinkish color, it is desirable in the cured meat. Why? Because it indicates that the meat has been properly cured, and it helps to maintain the visual appearance of the food products. That is why sodium nitrate, these are added to the cured meats just to preserve the color of the meat product. Question number 25. Pectins are polymer of, so options are carbohydrates and proteins, proteins and fat, carbohydrates and fats, sugar and acid derivatives. So I want you all to comment down the correct option for this question. So do comment down the correct option for this question in the comment box. Okay, and if you want more such questions for practice, then you can install our app, that is FoodTech Online. So here you can practice more such questions. And for example, that if you are preparing for any food related exams, so different sections are over here. Clicking those sections, you will get different subtopics, and those subtopics questionnaire series are there. You can practice those questions and you can enhance your preparations. So yes, the link is in the description box. It's for you all. And if you like this channel, you can share with your friends. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more such videos. So till then, enjoy learning and thank you.